Welcome back to another amazing winter day down here in Boca Raton, Florida. Probably the best place where you and your family want to relocate to in South Florida. Right behind me, right here, we have golfers golfing, enjoying their lives in the blue skies, great sun, great weather down here at the end of December. If you wanna know where I'm at currently, we're at Red Reef Park. So we're gonna be checking out the beach. The ocean's directly right over there. We're gonna be going over the parking situation. So I've had some families. Thank you so much for reaching out to me. I was glad I was able to help a client get an offer accepted during their holiday break down here visiting family. Yes, a lot of people are reaching out right now. It's very busy. People are coming down here visiting their family and friends who've already moved down here to Boca Raton, and they're falling in love with the place. They're finding my videos, they're reaching out. So I'm very thankful, keeping me very, very busy. But we're gonna be talking about the top 20 pros why people like me, like many others, enjoy living down here in Boca Raton. And we're gonna be talking about the beach situation, the parking pass right behind me. So I did have a family that came down here and they weren't quite aware. There is some free parking. If you didn't know, just reach out to me below and I can definitely let you know where to park. So you don't have to pay over 50 something dollars to park here. Most people, if you see in the bottom right of their car, they're gonna have the Boca Raton parking decal. And that's what you want if you're gonna be visiting the beach down here or working with me. I can set you up in a great place where you can park for free. So starting the video, number one pro out of 20 that we're gonna go over in this video is going to be the amazing beaches here in Boca Raton. Now this one's quite obvious. So it's a year-round perk. So even in winter, this is what the weather's gonna be like. Yes, we do have some thunderstorms right over here. That's gonna be affecting the day here pretty shortly. But other than that, it is pretty sunny. People are again enjoying their golf game. They're out here. A lot of kids, families will come out here on the weekend and it's not too busy. It's always very nice down here in Boca and people absolutely love the beaches here. So you can go out here, you can swim, you can paddleboard, you can just get some sun rays, get some good vitamin D out here, even during winter. So we're gonna be checking out this beach right here. Again, there's a lot of families out here probably for the first time visiting other families and they're enjoying the beach right now. So we're trying to sneak out here really quickly so you can see what the beach is actually like here during the winter time. So wherever you are, New York, New Jersey, it might be fairly cold, but right now, this is what you would be about a 10-15 minute drive from most places in Boca Raton. This would be the beach you'll be staring at. Is absolutely beautiful and very family friendly out here. Now going to number two, the number two pro of moving out here to Boca Raton is that this place is absolutely very, very family friendly. And that's why a lot of people love living out here. So in East Boca, West Boca, we have parks literally everywhere and they're very clean, neat and organized. A lot of things are geared up for the smaller kids and smaller families who just absolutely love it out here. There's tons of parks, places to go, things to do, especially for the little kids. Now, if you like videos like this and you want to see other videos, I'm going to be making the top 20 negatives of living out here in Boca Raton. And this might be one of them in the negatives videos that we're going to be talking about the teenagers and a young adult situation out here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're gonna be talking about the 20 negatives here in a following video. But a lot of Boca Raton neighborhoods are really set up for families, like sidewalks, gated communities, and they're kind of situated where they have a lot of signs that remind you to slow down. A lot of things are just very family friendly out here in Boca. And that's what surprises me so much, especially when I go to some of my favorite parks, such as Sugar Sand Park. I always see tons of kids out there enjoying their best lives. Now, number three pro is going to be the top rated schools out here that people absolutely love sending their kids to. So one of the amazing things about Boca is that they spend a lot of money on education. So you have elementary schools that are being completely rebuilt and expanded for all the new elementary age kids moving out here. Now, all these schools out here in Boca are generally all A-rated schools and very highly desirable. So definitely do your research for any type of schools. Make sure you're in the right school zone, that you want your family to go to. But overall, the schools out here are absolutely amazing that a lot of families out here really enjoy. Number 4 pro is going to be the year-round sunshine. Again, we're in the heart of winter out here in the USA, and right now it is absolutely beautiful. This could be your life right now if you move out here. Again, I know the beach is obvious. It is absolutely amazing. Gaze like this, it is a green flag. So the water's not too bad. It's very like turquoise green, very clear. You can go see some fish out there. There's a reef that we're gonna be seeing out here fairly shortly, and some playgrounds so you get a better idea of what this park has to offer. But because you don't have these harsh winters, you can practice pickleball, your golf game, ride your bike. We do have some bike-friendly streets out here in Boca. Not everyone is completely friendly, but we do have some options for you. And the winters here are absolutely amazing. So I get to walk around. It's about 75 degrees and very low humidity right now. Number 5 pro, if you move out here to Boca Raton, has to be the very vibrant restaurant scene. So if you're into all you can eat sushis, we have that. If you're into Korean, Thai, Indian food, we have that. If you want, fast, easy food, we have that as well. If you're into fine French and Italian dining, we have that. Anything, if you are a foodie, you would absolutely love all the restaurants that we have to offer throughout the entire city of Boca Raton. And we love trying all the new restaurants down here in Boca. Not just Boca, but the surrounding areas. Gives you tons of options, especially if you're a foodie like myself and a lot of other people who reach out to me. We love the restaurants down here in Boca. Number 6 pro is the proximity to a lot of airports. So you're about 30 minutes away from the Palm Beach International Airport. Here in Boca, we do have a private airport if you have a private plane that you use. And we also have about 45 minutes away to the Fort Lauderdale Airport that I absolutely love using, and about 1 hour away from the Miami Airport. That gives you access to domestic and international flights very easily and fairly cheaper than if you had to go to a regional airport. And we have that access right here in Boca. Number 7 pro is that while like my family and a lot of others love living in Boca Raton, you're actually very close to a lot of other cities. So we go very frequently to Fort Lauderdale for certain types of foods that are not offered here in Boca. But also if you want to go to Miami, the Design District for some type of shopping, we don't have an Hermes here in Boca, but there is one right there in the Design District, and they have some very nice essays. If you need an essay recommendation for the Hermes, reach out to me. I can definitely set you up with somebody who's actually nice to their customers. That's very rare these days. And again, this is the beach situation. I know it's so obvious, but a lot of people get kind of amazed that the weather out here is still amazing. You can go into the water, you can swim, you can enjoy your life again throughout the entire year out here in Boca. Now, number 8 might be controversial, but Boca is deemed to be relatively safe to a lot of the other major cities out here in South Florida. So definitely do your research on what you deem is safe for yourself and your family. But a lot of people really, really enjoy Boca Raton for the aspect of safety for their family and their kids. Number 9 pro is world-class shopping. So if you are a shopper, you just like to have access to any type of clothing store, luxury good, car dealerships, pretty much anything you need is relatively close to Boca Raton. We do have the Boca Raton Town Center Mall. That is probably the best mall in Palm Beach County. And we also have Meisner Park that gives you access to a lot of other luxury shopping options as well. And again, we're very close to a lot of other cities. So you're never too far away from whatever shopping experience that you need. We have lots of options for pretty much any type of shopper. For young, middle-aged, older, we got what you need here in Boca. Now, number 10 pro of living out here in Boca Raton is the very, very strong sense of community. So this is shown when you go, trick-or-treating. There's a lot of families that have their lights on, get very festive with their decorations for the kids. Christmas lights are absolutely insane here in Boca Raton. There's a very famous street out here in Boca where all the neighbors get together and literally light up the entire street. Again, very family friendly, very family focused. And they do a lot of these decorations for the community of Boca Raton because Boca is very community focused, and there's a lot of events geared towards kids and families out here, and a lot of sense of community in here in Boca. Now, the number 11 Pro, if you move out here to Boca Raton, what a lot of people really enjoy and I'm very thankful for is that we have great access to high quality healthcare. So we do have Boca Regional Hospital that's absolutely amazing, has tons of specialists. If you need certain healthcare needs, Boca Raton Regional Hospital can probably suit most of your needs. If you live out further west, there's West Boca Medical Center. That also has tons of specialists as well. And we have a highly rated cardiac unit. So if you have major heart issues or whatever's going on, the Delray Medical Center is only about a 10 to 15 minute drive from central Boca location. So that little healthcare triangle gives you access to some amazing hospitals, and there's tons of minor doctor's offices, concierge doctors, dentists. Pretty much anything you need is very easy to get access to here in Boca. Now, number 12 Pro of living out here in Boca Raton is tons of recreational outdoor activities. So right behind me here, we have people swimming, enjoying the beach, walking along the water here. You can see, again, people in the water, but we do have parks for kids. We have golf courses available, private and public. There's tennis courts, pickleball courts, everything for the community. If you're an outdoors person, the Hillsborough Park is somewhere that my family and we love to go. If you want more information on that, just let me know. But they have a great pickleball situation and scene out there. If you want to have a free play event and bring up your game of pickleball, there's tons of people out there. If you're looking for people for coaching for tennis and pickleball, there's tons of those as well out here in the community because it's a really big scene and people are very active in these type of outdoor activities. Number 13 Pro is that everything that you see out here, a lot of things are very nice, clean, organized, and well kept up. You don't see, garbage on our beach. You don't see situations with tents and a lot of garbage or hazardous stuff out here lying around. I feel safe with my kid walking around out here. There's not much going on in terms of something dangerous happening out here. Everything's nice, calm, and absolutely beautiful out here. Now, number 14 Pro is you're into art. There's museums out here, galleries, and other things in that nature to suit your needs. So if you're looking for an art scene to go catch a live concert, some musicians, orchestras, plays, we have access to that here in Boca, especially if you're coming from New York. I know a lot of people love their galleries and art type of, date nights. We have access to that, so we got you covered. Number 15 Pro, depending on your type of career you have, Boca has a booming market for you. So a lot of people who move down here are into types of investments. So a lot of people who move down here are business owners. They're in some type of investment opportunities, financials, healthcare. This is a booming industry down here in Boca Raton in various industries. So if you're in certain fields, we're going to have a video about the negatives. So make sure you subscribe for that. You'll have a great time finding another career or job out here in Boca once you move down here. Now, if you're a teacher, there's some private schools out here where they'll base your rent off your pay. Again, so even with a teacher's salary, because things can get quite expensive, the private schools out here are taking a great interest to helping the students get the best teachers out here. So even for teachers, there's definitely opportunities. If you have to relocate down here, you don't know exactly where to move to, some of these private schools will subsidize your housing and definitely help you establish yourself down here in Boca. Now, number 16 Pro is a double-edged sword. So down here in Boca Raton, we have an amazing real estate market. It's very strong due to the demand. So especially like right now, after the elections, the holiday season, I've had tons of people who reach out to me who are very interested in moving down here. For all the qualities of this video that we went over, all these pros, this is why people are still wanting to move down here, and it's still a very popular spot to move to. So the real estate market, if you're worried about investing in real estate right now, it's actually a pretty good location due to the demand, and people are still wanting to move down here for all the positive qualities that we're discussing in this video. Number 17 Pro of moving out here to Boca Raton is that it's a very diverse area. You're gonna find people from all different cultures, backgrounds, people who come from very wealthy families, people who are self-made, and people who are moving from all over the world to get here in Boca Raton. Literally, you can walk around the streets, especially downtown Boca, and hear so many different types of languages. And this reflects in our restaurant scene too. We have so many different types of food down here that pretty much so many people from all different backgrounds are moving down here. You can find a little bit of everything. So if you're worried about finding your niche, it's not that bad down here in this part of South Florida. There's a lot of diversity, a lot of different types of people from all over moving down here to the city. So that is something that I enjoy because I love food and trying different types of food. So from all the people from all these different cultures, I definitely enjoy them moving here. Number 18 Pro is the sports scene down here, especially for the younger kids. They have baseball, football, soccer, badminton, rugby, whatever type of sport your kid may be interested in. There's a lot of sports down here in Boca Raton and clubs for the kids to get practice of whatever they want to learn about or be part of. So if you're into like a violin club, a choir club, a piano, singing, they have all different types of clubs and activities for the kids. I started this video a little bit later than I wanted to because they're actually doing a surf class for the little kids out here. And I didn't want the little kids just all in the video. They're all having a lot of fun right now, but there's always something for everybody. So again, let's look at this parking situation. So if you have the beach pass, remember this is the peak season. This is when all the snowbirds are here and it's the weekend. And you see there's just tons of parking at, you know, probably right now, I don't look at the time, but probably about 2 p.m. on a weekend. And we have playgrounds out here as well. So our beaches out here have playgrounds that are very easy to use. Like I always say, Boca Raton tends to be very more focused on its community instead of tourists, especially at some of the locations such as right here at Red Reef Park. Again, we have a playground here. There's a playground way over there, just straight down. We have bathrooms, benches throughout the woods back here. So if you see behind me, I don't know if you can see behind the sea grapes, but there are picnic benches, grills out here for families to come out. And again, there's tons of parking because everything is geared towards the locals. You get a lot more exclusivity out here. This is what makes Boca an amazing place. And going on that theme, now number 19 is gonna play on that. It's gonna be the quality of life that you can have out here. You can be next to your shopping, your sports, your hobbies. You have access to pretty much everything you want. You have year-round sunshine. You have amazing beaches that are not overrun with tourists all the time. And for the most part, traffic down here in Boca, traffic is relative depending where you're from, but the majority of my audience is coming from New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Washington State, and California. Traffic down here, relative to that, is a breeze. Now, locals may say traffic is terrible, and we'll talk about that on the negatives video, but traffic down here is really, really not that bad. Your quality of life is great because not everything is overrun. You don't have long waits. Waits are longer during snowbird season, but this is the beach on the weekend. You get your family, you get in your car, and after a 10-15 minute drive, this will be you. It's not overrun. You're not full of restaurants and bars being loud. If that's your thing, Boca may not be the best place for you, but you can just drive there and raise your family or live here, but you'll have access to the beach whenever you want to. And it's very easy to get to the water because literally parking was just right there and you walk here. So if you compare it to some other cities like Siesta Key and Sarasota, you'll park and then you walk maybe 10 or 15 minutes to get to the beach. And by then your knees are hurt. Everything is, you know, you're full of sand. But here you have the beach here. You have showers here. So before you get in your car, it's very easy just to wash off, get in your car and you're ready to go and do whatever else you need to do. Here's some example of the picnic benches right over here. Again, the tropical theme out here is beautiful. I always love the sea grapes. They're very pretty. Later, they're gonna have like little fruits that you can eat, but probably most of the people who live down here don't actually eat them. But stuff like this, we'll go and you can have like, we just bring our own food. We don't actually cook on those grills. I see people cook on them. I personally don't, but you come out here during the summer when it's really hot, and this provides some shade for you. And you can just eat here and then go to the beach and go swim or have a little gathering out here before you head home. It's completely up to you. Again, the beach is never really too busy, so you could, just leave your chairs out there, come up here and eat if you wanted to. If somebody brought you some food like Uber or DoorDash, whatever you want, you have the possibility out here. And number 20 is gonna be how kid-friendly Boca Raton really is. So a lot of things are set up here. You have a retirement scene, you do have that, but because of all the kids down here, is that a lot of things are set up to be young, kid-friendly. I'm talking about elementary, middle school. Again, we're going to talk about another video about, the high school and college kids down here. But if you're looking for a place that's very kid-friendly, birthday party happy, a lot of sense of community and bringing the kids together, get a lot of exposure to different types of cultures, and it's hard to describe. Imagine if you were at the mall or a place and you're in an area that's not very kid-friendly and your kid cries and everybody's just looking at you and they don't understand having kids. This can affect a lot of parents. I know it happened to me in a city that we used to live. It wasn't the kid-friendliest area, but here in Boca, we're just so used to having kids everywhere, where if you go to a restaurant and your kids, acting up and you're trying to talk to them, nobody's freaking out. And that's what makes something a little bit more different, is that a lot of people here are used to the kids at the restaurants, a lot of kid-friendly. They have kids menus at most restaurants down here in Boca, and they're not just, macaroni and cheese or whatever. They're actually, things that kids actually enjoy and enjoy eating as well, for like that culture. But it's not that, like we have gumbo limbo that's great for kids. A lot of things for the parks are kid-friendly, a lot of playgrounds. And the way they're set up, so like Sugar Sand Park is absolutely huge, but it's set up where there's only one entrance and exit. So it's easy if you do lose your kid, don't feel bad if you do, because it's very common in that park that they can only go out one way. It's just set up very clearly for these kids, providing them a safe area, and everybody's kind of watching out for each other's kids. And that's why we love living down here. And it's why we moved down here. That's probably one of the, I know it's the end of the video, but if you stay to this part, it's probably the number one reason we didn't move to another city. We traveled all throughout Florida and we went to all these different cities. We really love, at one point, the idea of moving to Sarasota. We liked a lot of other cities, but when it came down to what we wanted a place that is very kid-friendly. We wanted a place that had really good schools everywhere, so we don't have to worry about, kids living on this side. We wanted, education to be a very top priority for the city itself. And we wanted a clean place, not a place that's just full of graffiti and garbage and other things. In Boca Raton, you just have to come here. So if you haven't come here, definitely come and visit. This has to be a city that you have to visit to experience, at least to see if it's for you. A lot of people, they came down here during the holidays. A lot of people have been moved here in the past few years and they absolutely love it. So it's hard to describe interior here. We have nice wide roads, things are beautifully manicured, and it's just a beautiful place. I can't imagine living anywhere else in South Florida rather than Boca Raton. Now, if you want to live somewhere else near Boca Raton, I'd love to help you as well, but I gotta be a little bit biased, and I think this would probably be the best place for you once you actually come here and check it out. But I can't help you unless you reach out to me. So make sure you shoot me a text, shoot me an email, because I would love to help you and your family trying to figure out the best part of Boca to move to for you and your family, because each area can be drastically different. And I had to find that all out for myself. And I was very fortunate I chose the right decision when I first made down here, because if I moved into the first house we were thinking, it would have been honestly a nightmare. Again, I can't help you unless you reach out. If you want to see more videos like this one to help you with your move down here to South Florida, make sure you like this video. It really supports the channel. Other than that, take care.